I'm getting too old to do this sort of thing at Christmas. Here we go, folks. Welcome to our Christmas edition of Sweet and Sour, the last show for 2018. The panellists are already in. They're all chatting over there. I don't know whether they're going to get a cutaway, but they're over there chatting now. And these are the letters that we're passing judgment on tonight. First one tonight, a multicultural Christmas. What's happening there? He lives in a street where you've got a million people of different nationalities, and they're all celebrating, and he's being the Christmas stooge. Second letter tonight, the games people play at Christmas, not your traditional cricket, you know, out the front after Christmas lunch while the parents are asleep on the couch. No, different games, relationship games at Christmas. And the last letter tonight, gifting sex for Christmas. Goodness me, I wonder how he's going to wrap that one. Never mind, all these letters on Sweet and Sour starting right now. Don't go away. Yay! Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, 'cause baby, it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour. Merry Christmas and good evening, everyone. Lovely to have your company for our final episode of 2018. And a fantastic lineup for you tonight, as well as a studio audience. We only do this once a year. Lovely to have you here, audience. Terrific. Some familiar faces, family, friends, and some outsiders too, but that's terrific. First up tonight, well, just one of our super women on the panel, DEANNA. Hello, my darling.
Hello, how are you?
There you are, rock climbing, and you buggered your foot.
Oh, yes, I fell off and hurt my ankle.
Just in time for Christmas?
Yeah, so now I'm going to hobble through Christmas, but that's okay.
What about, how's your voice work going?
Really good.
Your photography going?
Excellent. It's super busy this time of year. There's weddings on, I'm shooting lots of climbing events. There's all sorts of stuff to take photos of, so I'm very busy. It's really good.
And our next very busy woman, superwoman, hello, Nat.
Hi, Gary.
Are you winding up or down for Christmas?
Winding down for Christmas.
How do you wind down for Christmas when Christmas is the time for food and all that? It's all organised, is it?
No, I do actually do a lot of cooking just before Christmas.
And is this winding down?
Well, yeah, but it's for me. It's not, you know.
Oh, OK, so you've given the commercial stuff, it doesn't get an airing.
I can kind of, you know, stick my finger in it and taste it and do all those kinds of fun things.
Nice to have you here.
Stir things slowly.
Yum. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. You hungry? Hello, number 3 superwoman.
Oh, hello. What's
Chairman of this and that, running your own business, president of the architects of the television.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Coming up. Yes. Well,
are you taking a breather for Christmas?
A little bit of time off with my kids and my family, which is, good fun.
You better have a couple of Valium as well.
No, they're all older now. They're good fun.
Okay.
They're good fun.
Hello, Tanya.
Hi, Rich. How are you going?
I'm always well, and I know you are too, because I see you on social media all the time. You are the social media queen, are you not?
That's it. Got skills, so, yep, might as well use them.
Got good skills. The only reason I'm saying that is because I want you to help us next year with your skills. Lovely to have you all here. That's terrific. And here we go with letter number 1. And he's written all the way from Jeremy of Maddington in WA, and as we know, it takes 4 days for this letter to get in. Hey, panellists. I live in what is a very multicultural street, and all the neighbours are good neighbours, and we're all very lucky to get along very well. I don't celebrate Christmas and haven't for many years. I'm an atheist. My neighbours are of different religions, yet it seems they all have the Christmas spirit. So when I think it's all bunk, please tell me, what is it that I'm missing? My Jewish neighbours give me presents every year. It's lovely. My Muslim neighbours give me and my whole family presents every year. My Buddhist next-door neighbours never cease to shower us with presents all year round, and again so at Christmas. I don't celebrate Hanukkah or Ramadan, and I can't because I refuse to be a hypocrite, and that's why I don't do Christmas. But my wife says it's a mean spirit in me that sees me being the Christmas Scrooge. Not Stooge. So, panel, please, what is it that I'm missing, and is there a way, and this is the point, is there a way to get this Christmas spirit thing without being a hypocrite. As we said, Jeremy of Maddington has written. Susie, you're first up on that.
Well, Jeremy, I agree with your wife. You're an absolute Scrooge. Seriously, what a pain you are. Look, I have to say, the thing about Christmas is I'm not particularly religious, and I think I was reading something in the ABS stats. It was something like only 35% actually classified themselves as religious following the Christian religion. And I would around Australia, I would honestly say to you, you can get the Christmas spirit by realising that Christmas is not necessarily a religious ceremony. It's more like a giving of thanks. And being grateful for what you've got. So it's like our sort of it's like the American Thanksgiving, which is not religious at all. It's about giving thanks.
It's an occasion to say thank you.
And sharing good spirit and being kind to people. And you really need to get a little bit of that spirit into you, because I don't think you're a particularly nice person at the minute.
I think you probably need to do Thanksgiving as well.
Yeah, I think it is to give a lot of thanks. Give a lot of thanks.
The more he does it, the better he
I don't like those Americanisms. We can invent our own.
No, well, it's giving thanks.
Australianise.
Anyway,
then we
have
call
enough
it
trouble with Australia Day trying to work out when, we should... When is appropriate for that.
Yeah.
Tanya,
All
do you
right.
say thanks often enough?
I do every day that I'm alive.
Do you?
Yep, every day.
Good
I'm
for
very
you.
grateful for everything.
That's a universal thank you.
Yep, universal thank you.
I think I do that.
I think, Jeremy, you're not an atheist, you're an ass. Oh, a tight ass. Which I congratulate you on saving money. I would feel a little bit
all about
better
the pocket.
about how you handle the situation, except you seem to be quite willing to accept the joy of all these festivities. Also, I'd like to congratulate your street on basically being the United Nations. I'm sure the whole world can...
Where is it? It's Maddington in WA.
Maddington can basically learn from you. I wonder what you do for birthdays that aren't your own. Do you get anyone anything?
Yeah. Does he refuse to sing Happy Birthday
Yeah,
at someone else's
exactly.
birthday because it's like...
But hang on, he's not being a hypocrite.
Yeah, he's not being a hypocrite.
At birthdays, it's
Thanks.
celebrating
Yeah.
Christmas.
I think
Christmas.
if you're looking a way to get into the Christmas spirit, I would basically just suggest BWS.
I think that was a
Yeah.
do it, I reckon. I think that's an
BWS is
excellent
good.
idea.
Look, I reckon you need to start looking at Christmas as a friendship exercise, not a religious exercise,
Yes,
okay?
I
All
agree.
these people in your street, they're giving you presents because they like you, not because they're a Buddhist or a Jew or a Muslim. They're giving you gifts because they like you, so like them back. Don't be a pain in the bum.
A douchebag.
So where will, where will we be? Where will we be in 100 years' time with the celebration of Christmas? It will still be around?
Well, actually, they say that 35% of people currently 16% are irreligious or atheist, and they say
16%, only
16% worldwide. So of 7.7 billion people, that's still quite a number of people. But they say that is steadily declining. Even in the Middle East, all across the world, it's becoming an irreligious state, which isn't atheism. Atheism's still a belief. It's a belief in nothing, in no God, whereas irreligious just means no opinion whatsoever.
Ooh.
Okay, so irreligious is a very different concept. Look, one of the most famous atheists that we have in the world, we might know as Richard Dawkins, quite an intelligent man. Yes.
Love him on Q&A.
Yeah, now, his background was in anthropology, and he said most people would expect him not to like, Christmas, but he said that celebrations are a natural part of human...
Every culture.
Yes, of every
Dancing
culture.
and singing.
And Christians have appropriated an ancient pagan ceremony, which we all know Christmas is a pagan ceremony, and they've turned it into their own. And I think that, you can turn it into your own thing, but the point is just to get the community kind of feel of it. That's all it is.
Celebrate community.
And he says people call him a hypocrite, but most people don't. And I think if you ask what, the people think, most people won't think you're a hypocrite.
Most people won't
They'll just
think
see you
you're a
as-
hypocrite.
They'll see you as getting into the spirit.
We asked you at home, we're going to ask two questions of our audience. We asked you at home, if you're not Christian, can you still celebrate Christmas without being a hypocrite? And here's what you said at home. 90% said...
People have said...
90% say yes, 10% say no. Let's ask our audience the same question. Green, yes. Red, no. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I think
It's the same split in the audience.
we've only got one that says no.
Who says no?
Okay, now I'm going to ask you another question. Okay, how many of you are, as Natalie suggested, irreligious? Don't believe in anything.
Well, no, it's not that you don't believe in anything. It's just you don't.
You're not religious.
It doesn't.
See, we've confused the issue already. There we go. And we had a handful of people put them up for
Undecided.
undecided. Hang on, let's do that again. Quick one. Everybody up if you're religious. Make that easier. If you're religious, hold up your green.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Most people are confused by that question. Amazing. When we come back,
What's religious?
we're going to be playing games for Christmas. Don't go away. More of our Christmas here at Sweet and Sour with the lovely panellists, our superwomen. See you soon. Yay! Over there. It's time for Sweet and Sour.
In China, it cost me $100,000.
Really? For the same thing?
China, they paid $100,000.
Merry Christmas. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour with our studio audience, and it's terrific to have you. If you would like to send us a letter that we'll discuss next year now, because this is our last show, send it to one of these social media contact points. There we go. Ladies, who's going to read them out? OK, let's start at this end. Tanya, what's the first one? sweetandsour.net.au.
Email.
Facebook.com/sweet and sour.
We're doing this really briskly. And next one, Nat.
At Sweet and Sour TV on Twitter.
On Twitter, and Deanna.
At Sweet and Sour TV on Instagram.
And the last one is Sweet and Sour TV, and that's on that awful yellow thing called Snapchat. And for everyone who does send us a letter, we are going to send you to the movies, courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is, I've got no idea. Hang on.
Bumblebee.
It's Bumblebee. There you go, Bumblebee. Thank you, Nat, and thank you for being with us for so many years now. You are terrific. We love you to bits. Next year, she's another superwoman with a super business. She might be on the panel next year too. We've been struggling to find a date that suits her. So next year, we might coincide. We'll see. Here we go. Dear Sweet and Sour, this comes to us from Katina of St Peters in South Australia. Do you have to play games to make a relationship work? I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years and he suggested that he'd be happy to come over to my place for Christmas lunch with my folks if I was equally as happy to go to his folks' place for Christmas. How does that work? I said, well, that's fine. We'll go to his folks as long as we can spend the evening at my mum and dad's. He said he'll think about it if we spend New Year's Eve at his sister's party when we're already invited to my best friend's party. Every boy I've ever been out with has been a game player like this. I'm sure all the panellists have heard the usual, well, if you really love me, you'll do this and that. And I'm sick of being gamed and manipulated. Gamed.
New word.
Gamed.
It's like lit.
Game. So, panellists, should I dump my boyfriend even though I don't want to? Or is my perspective accurate and everyone is a game player and it won't make a difference if I move on because that's just how it works? Should we all just learn to become better game players? Is that the real lesson here from Katina? We're going straight to Deanna.
Well, I think if there's, this has happened with all of her boyfriends, she's saying, and when there's a commonality in your relationships, you really need to have a bit of a look at yourself, I think. So what I'm suspecting is that you don't really understand compromise, right? And compromise is really important in a relationship, any relationship, right? So it makes sense to go, hey, we've got these options, let's balance out each other's requirements and make sure it all works. That's just how relationships go. So maybe just stop thinking about it as like getting gamed and winning and losing and just start compromising. Make everyone happy.
Yeah, I am 100% on that. It is about compromising. The only games you have to play in a relationship is Naked Twister.
Yeah, Naked Boozy Twister.
That sounds better.
Christmas at your place is here, is it? Fantastic. Righto, what's going on really?
Well, I reckon even when you're on a panel show, you're a gamer and you got to compromise. Someone just stole my line. But I just want to say, but I'll get back. Because I'm a gamer. No, look, I want to say, Katina, I agree totally with you guys that it's about negotiation. And, you know, why can't you do both? Why can't you do New Year's Eve in two places? Everyone else does. And spend the middle of the night, you know, at New Year's Eve.
My birthday's New Year's Eve. I'm negotiating all my friends. And if they love me, they turn up.
No, but the thing about New Year's Eve, you spend so much time going between that you often end up being in the car trying to find the best party as a gamer. So I just want to say, get your negotiating skates on and get a move on.
Not one of our ladies has actually given the benefit of the doubt to Katina. Let's see what Tanya has to say. Tanya, what's going on here?
I have your back. There's a saying that goes, don't hate the player, hate the game. And unfortunately, it stays a game. It's not going to get any better. So you either might like to develop a love of cats, buy a book called The Art of War by Machiavelli, and start working on your strategies, because it is a game. And the greatest thing I can suggest to you is if you actually like your boyfriend, start pretending to hate him. Your relationship will last a lot longer.
Alternatively, play Fortnite.
Oh, I don't know what Fortnite is.
Oh my God, Fortnite is the game. I mean, how can anyone not know that? It's lit. Exactly.
We asked you at home to answer this question for us. Do you have to play games to make a relationship work? And here's what you said.
Fun games.
Was that the same one as the last one? 94% said yes, except in reverse, and 96%. Terrific. Let's see if the audience concurs. Audience, green for yes, red for no.
I'm just looking for my boyfriend's response.
Oh, we've got 2 yes, 3 yes. We got 3 yeses. Oh, yeah, that's about the right percentage.
But that's because they're kids, so everything is about games.
You know, everyone's forgotten about alpha males who love to win, and for them it really is a game.
There's no alpha males left in this community. You're not allowed to be alpha anymore.
That ain't true. When we come back, we're going to be talking about giving the gift of... Well, we've already spoken about that. You know what we're talking about when we come back. See you in about 2 minutes. Don't go away.
Fishing at Rottnest is probably more successful.
For sweet and sour.
I think I might use that.
Thank you, audience. Here we go, straight into our last letter for Christmas. Dear Gary and panellists. It's the first time someone's called me Gary, apart from my mother, for ages. Here we go. I'm not sure many people realise that these internet and mobile phone things are responsible for enormous changes in our culture and values. When I was young, sex was something that was preserved for the sanctity of marriage. Nowadays, it's a commodity to be traded like everything else. I am beside myself to find out that my very attractive 19-year-old grandson, who is a model, is gifting himself for Christmas to several selected people in exchange for various commodities that he's chasing at Christmas time. He laughs and brags about it, even to me. I find it utterly degrading. His poor grandmother. What's worse is that he apparently got the idea from his older sister, who began this practice some years ago, but apparently she just gifted herself to say thank you rather than to seek more advantage. Does that make it any better?
Altruistic.
I told them both that it was nothing short of prostitution, but they have an answer for everything, and they told me not to be so old-fashioned, that it was gifted to specific people who they know, not like a Tinder thing where one-night stand sex is traded over the internet or smartphone. For goodness sake, what's the difference? How does our culture now value sex? These are my grandchildren, and I'm the one that feels violated. Why would anyone choose to get married now if sex is just a Christmas gift? And it comes to us from Dorothea of Camberwell in Victoria. Nat, first up.
Mitch, I've got a present for you.
Oh.
Oh, where's my face
Shall we-
going? Oh,
shall we
wait,
turn
okay, yeah. That's a Christmas gift.
Thank you, my darling.
Not sex. I've taught my children that sex isn't a commodity. I would really hope that other people do the same. It's an expression of love. This cascades into self-worth issues and how attractive you are and a whole mess of ugly stuff that, yes, it has become more prevalent through the video digital age. And all I can say about your grandchildren is ho, ho, ho. Christmas spirit much?
We don't call anybody that anymore, do we? Deanna,
Yeah.
you're up.
Well, the thing that really stands out for me about this bit is the very last line. Why would anyone choose to get married now if sex is just a Christmas gift? Well, why would anyone choose to get married just for the sake of sex anyway these days?
that's
That's
not-
such an old-fashioned
that's not the deal.
notion. It's not what...
Because when you're married, you don't have sex.
Exactly. So why would you get married for sex? You know,
like you really
man,
wanna not be
you get
married and
more
have
sex
sex.
when you're not married than when you are married. Like the two things don't live together. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. No, but realistically, you have very old-fashioned notions, Dorothea, about
old-fashioned
relationships.
sex.
And I'm not suggesting that I fully condone what it is that your grandkids are doing, but really, their body, they get to do what they want with it.
Ooh, it's a commodity. 10.
Okay, firstly, it sounds like you obviously have a fantastic relationship with your grandchildren for them to be so
Yeah,
open.
they're really cool to actually say that to their gran. How
That's
terrific is good. Is
I love
that?
your silver lining.
Yeah, I did find this very hard to answer because I didn't want to highlight my declining moral standards. However, I think the big issue that you're missing here is GST, goods and service tax. What they're actually doing is actually taxable. And they're currently actually avoiding tax.
Tax evasion.
Yep, we all know that.
This is the big issue.
Yeah,
We're avoiding tax.
even if you are getting screwed, the government still wants their share. So, drop them in.
Before we go to Suzie for our last word and our last comment of the year, we asked you at home to answer this question for us. Can a gift of sex now be considered a legitimate Christmas gift? Get ready, audience, because we're going to ask you in a minute as well. Here's what you said. Here's what you said. Drum roll. There you go. Can we have it again, please? Where'd you go?
That was quick as
There you go.
sex.
34% of people, it's fading in and out. Well, the answer is 34% of people said yes, it's a legitimate Christmas gift.
Yeah, but 66%
Said
Go
no.
with the married ones. Then.
Yeah.
Everyone said yes.
Guess,
It's the only way to get
guess who you party with this Christmas?
Exactly.
Last word.
Okay, I just want to give, I don't know how old Dorothea is, but she really needs to get up with it. The reality is my nana, who would be 100 next year, she was very cool. She said to me, Suzie, I just wish that I could have laid in the bed before I bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, how old was she when she died?
80.
And how old was she when she said that?
My mother was disgusted that I was living with a boy, and she said, "No, I would have lived with a boy if I could have." So she would have been.
that's
She would have
gorgeous.
been
She's
about
ahead of her time.
75 then, 80,
75?
yeah,
See,
75.
you totally can move with developing moral and ethical
But
standards
also,
of a society.
you know, well, every generation
It
is going to
feels like you're
shock
condoning
the
it, and I just
previous
can't do
generation.
that.
But every
What?
generation.
You're condoning what?
Condoning sex as a commodity. It's just not.
Well, it's not.
Well, it is for some
I think
people,
it is for
though,
some
isn't it,
people. I
already?
think everyone gets to make their own choices about that, and
Guess
you
what,
pass on
ladies?
your own values to your children, and then your children decide
We're going
what
to
they
chat
do.
about this forever, but we've really got to go, and it's our last episode. So I just want to say thank you to everyone out there in television land for tuning in this year. It was our 20th season. Next year we're coming back for our 21st. So thank you for sticking with us right around Australia. It's a real privilege to present this to you with our fantastic crew who are majority students, and Travis and Vinny, thank you to you so very much for putting it together every week with our crew. Thank you to all the panellists that we've had for the last, 10 months on this show?
Yeah.
You've all been terrific. You've made my year, really. Thank you to our audience tonight. our crew members, and to everyone, have a happy and safe Christmas and festive season. We'll see you about February next year. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye, folks.
Well done.